Good morning, everybody. How's everybody this morning? This is the point at which I say, I hope your various days are going well. And welcome back to Vintage Story, whereas the title, simple as it is precise and accurate. I'm going to be doing some rebuilding today for reasons I will go to in a moment. After I actually just check something here. Hang on. Because I need to get a name right. Right. So, it turns out that you can't build a house, shall we say, out of fences, if you like, which is essentially what I've done. Now, this in itself, it doesn't sound too bad, except for the fact that it means all this work I've done here is essentially a complete waste of time and will have to come down. This is all right, because it's not really a house or anything. This has to come down. This can stay. This has to come down. Anything which is actually not a whole block, or, from what I gather, a half slab, has to come away. And this is where it gets slightly irritating, because I didn't know. This chimney is the reason, probably, that I was so cold through winter. Because these are fence parts. These are, dry stone fences. And they should have been solid blocks. So I'm guessing that means that the reason I was so cold through the winter is because of this. It's an open area, or not properly enclosed area. And shout out to T.A. Arden, who's been commenting on my videos and providing extremely valuable information for this time. So thank you very much. It is appreciated. I will say up front, if I sound a little frustrated sometimes, it's because I don't like feeling like an idiot when something is particularly obvious. This is all right, or it should be, but I'm gonna have to basically tear out this and that. The other waste of time that I have engaged in, it seems, is building this trench around the fields, because Arden also provided information about spawning. Now here's the way, I'll see if I get this right, it was explained to me. It's not like Minecraft. Now, like Minecraft, there are three types of mobs: passive, neutral, and aggressive. Passive mobs you can kill. Neutral mods will only attack you when you attack them, and the aggressive ones, like bears, will attack you given half a chance. But the thing is, I have not seen any animals in this immediate area, which means probably that I'm not going to be getting any rabbits spawning in locally and coming to eat my crops, which is interesting. So, yeah. Now the downside is that this looks like a bit of an eyesore, but I'll try and do something with it at some point. I'll leave the fence in because, well, it's there now. It doesn't take up that much space. But this I do need to do something about. Now, I suppose technically I don't need to do something about it now because it's a bit late to be doing this, but sooner or later I'm going to have to work on this, and why not now while I can, or while I'm thinking about it. As I said, the exclusion to the whole block rule is half slabs, which I don't know if I can make, which I'm going to try and find out about around. The other thing I'm actually needing to check up on I can't spell poultice. Apparently, yes, I could have been making this from the start. Which I think I found out yesterday, but yes, I haven't been doing. But okay, so now I need horsetails and and papyrus. I don't have any papyrus nearby. That's why I couldn't make it. Granted, I only found out looked up poultices in this yesterday. But yeah, no, I don't have any papyrus nearby. So, but this I might be able to do something about. So let's see if we can how to make slabs. Oops. I don't know if there are cobblestone slabs. There are. Yes, there are. Okay. I could have been making them the entire time. Apparently there is a way of chiseling blocks, but it's not showing them. I wonder if it's as simple a thing as using a chisel on a block. Because I do have plenty of that, don't I? No, apparently that's completely out. So I'm going to have to investigate that further. Okay. Let's go at least put our chisel away. I don't need the bow. Right, okay. So it seems to be blue clay and that. It does not seem to be giving me any other options. Unless I've missed something out. Let's see. Chisel. Ingredient 4. Oh, interesting. I can make andesite rock slabs. Oh. A hammer, a chisel. Hey, you know what? Let's try that. And of course it would make sense, wouldn't it? I'm just going to desperately try and find a shortcut so I don't have to... Oh, I already picked that up. Nope. It's not going to let me do it. Okay, so you can't do it with cobblestone, it appears. That's fine. I will have to put that away for starters. I made all those walls to no purpose, which is irritating. What's that? Oh, rammed earth. Okay. But, yeah. So first thing I'm going to do, actually, is get rid of the chimney. Yeah, all this, complete waste of time. Yeah, it's irritating. I thought I was being clever too. Yeah, it made sense to me, but obviously Minecrafting rules don't apply. And of course, there's always that one lone piece there. So, and this will have to come out if I want to make it. And seeing as I'm going to this extent, all right, let's at least fix that somewhat. The one thing I don't know is if you have to fill in the corners. I mean, the good news, at least, is I've got a bunch of cobblestone. I don't like the look in particular, and I've still got to somehow... Well, yeah, I've got to protect it from the rain, which basically means I can have the appearance of a chimney. But I can't have smoke coming out of it. Well, that's all right. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, I suppose. I mean, I can leave the stone the cladding, as it were, here, but again, it's a bit pointless. I can actually just use a full block on the inside and I'd get the same look. This I might leave the same, but this needs to come down. Oops. Now this is all... I could have had a much easier time of it in winter if I'd known what I was doing, but then I suppose, you know, it's a lot to the game and I've only just started playing. Yeah, that's going to have to come out. Oops, nope, not there. Yeah, and that's going to have to come out. Oops. I think I can make do with that. If there's a downside to this, I suppose it's... looks a bit... I don't know. Never mind. So at least in principle, if I understand correctly, this is getting somewhere. I may as well take that out and replace it. If I'm going to do this, I'll do it properly. Lessons learned, huh? Hello, Nika Brika. How are you doing? Welcome to the early morning demonstration that I don't know what I'm doing. Now, one thing that occurs to me too is this is supposedly an enclosure for chickens. I've got no idea whether this is supposed to be made out of solid blocks or proper half blocks. But we'll worry about that later. But yeah, this needs to come out as well. I'm so used to Minecraft, I suppose, that I just made invalid assumptions. Hello, Phoebe. Hello, Pixel. It's a butterfly. And I'm going to hazard a guess and say that I'm probably going to have to, yeah, do that as well. Or at least, yeah, sort something out about it. Good job I made some cobblestone blocks. Really only did it to save myself on storage. Yeah, now that probably doesn't qualify as enclosed either, so I guess... Oh, yeah. It's got that Minecraft thing where you can't jump over that. I'd really rather have a bit of a roof on here, to be honest with you, but so we'll take this out. Oh, listen to me talking about nuances of building like I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I'll put some kind of step system in there, which I think I can make. That's all right, because that's not part of the house, I don't think. I hope not. This is all external. I won't worry about that for now. I just want to make this secure while I remember. I should put a ladder outside, to be honest. That's been an idea, wouldn't it? Yeah, why not put a ladder up so that I can get onto the roof? Do I have any sticks? I've got a ladder. Do I not have sticks? Yes, I thought I did. Fortunately. Yeah, that'll do. Having a way to get up onto the roof seems like a bright idea. There we go. Now I can get up more easily. I need to I need to finish the thatch, but let's at least try and make things a little bit more aesthetically pleasing for certain values of aesthetically and pleasing. Let's see if I can remember how to make steps. Oh, stairs. Stairs. How do I make stairs? Oh, right. Let's grab some of that. Well, this is going to be fun. Oh, it doesn't do automatic corners. That's disturbing. Why doesn't it do automatic corners? Even Minecraft does automatic corners. That's... Does it depend on the orientation? No? Huh. Mechanics for this. Don't tell me I have to make corner stairs. What do you want to bet I have to do something like that? Oops. No? Okay. Maybe that's not the right thing to be using. Corner. Ah. Is that... No, that's not it. I'm going to be doing a lot of this today. Oh, you know what? I probably ought to be making birch rooftops instead. Yeah, you know what? That's probably going to be a better idea. Okay, let's go make some planks. I'll find a use for these some other time. I think my knowledge of Minecraft, which, while antiquated, is actually moderately extensive, is spoiling me on this kind of thing. Let's go grab some more planks. Do I have any others? Well, I don't care whether I make what I make them out of, to be honest with you. Well, that's more than enough. Excessive, even. So... slanted oak roof. Let's see whether... Wow, that's expensive to make. Alright, let's see what that looks like. Hurry up and grow. Oh, yeah, that looks better. So here's the question. Nope. It looks better, but no. Okay, that's fine. We'll figure out the corner pieces. Yeah, no, that's not... it's a little irritating, it has to be said, but still. I know, I'm wasting too much time with this little particular act of silliness. Gonna make some bread this evening. What were they called? Slanted. Do we have a corner piece? Yeah, they do. Roof corner. Okay. We are learning stuff. Oh. Gonna have to look it up again. Alright, it's like that. Okay. And I've just forgotten what it was. Sorry, this is... Okay. I'm going to need a bunch of them at some point. All right, let's see what that looks like. So, if you're coming to this game from Minecraft, some of your knowledge might help, and some of it will not. That doesn't help at all. I got the orientation wrong. Nope. That really doesn't look like anything, does it? I mean, it looks like it should from the little picture you get there. There we go. It's a matter of the angle. In theory. Yes. That is a ridiculously satisfying thing to have been able to do. Okay, now we're starting to get somewhere. Alright, progress. I think I've undone most of the damage that I've done to myself over the last 72 hours of gameplay. Let's pack as much away of this as I can. So I'm going to need a bunch of clay and a bunch of other stuff. Okay. All right. Yeah, I've got to make food. Bit of spare there. I don't need to be carrying that with me at the moment. I don't need the bow because I've not been using it. I don't find it to be that useful at the moment, to be honest with you. Let's try and make some food. That's not enough to make stew out of. So I'm reduced to this. I'm going to need some firewood. At least these are progressing. We are starting to see signs that these will, in fact, give me berries soon. That I need for thatching. And I just want to jump up and down and say, hurry up and grow with this lot. That particular set of carrots is coming along nicely. Do I have anything else? No. Oh, good. We're going to have turnips and carrots soon, and that will make a difference and a half. Alright, let's go make some flour. Funny to think that technically I am now in a properly enclosed building. I'm going to ignore the fact that the chimney doesn't have a hole in it. Fortunately, they don't model dying of carbon monoxide poisoning. So, yeah. I mean, it's still a Minecraft hut, I suppose, but you can't have everything. I came this close, just tearing the whole thing down and rebuilding from scratch, but I thought that would be excessive. Not a good way to respond to frustration of learning that you're basically messed up. Oh, you might be interested to know, Nika Brika, I have finished Cephalon Samaris's first scanning task, grabbing the lancers. Yep, done that. Of course, that was the easy one. Now I've got to do the anti-mowers, because that's the next easiest, it seems. Warframe chat for anybody else who comes along. I forgot to pick up firewood. But the good news is about what I learned, what I've been told about spawning is that if I saw chickens and marked them on the map, which I did, then those chickens should be back there sooner or later, because I haven't changed the spawning block that they spawn on. So sooner or later they should respawn there, and I should then be able to go and set a trap in place. Let's go. Why am I carrying an ore? The thing that slightly bothers me is the shutters. I don't know whether they count for enclosing an area or not. I have a horrible suspicion that they don't, and that needs to be solid glass or something. Ah, we have a trapped butterfly. I'm not sure if making holes in your floor is a good idea when it comes to enclosure, except that down there is fully enclosed, so... I don't know about this either. Well, there's a valid point. Would you want to bet that doesn't qualify as being fully enclosed? Ooh. That's a slightly disturbing thought. The good news is I can actually... Where's my bucket gone? Where did I put my bucket? Has anybody seen my bucket? It's not on me, is it? Where did I put my bucket? Oh, it's outside. I think it's outside. I'm gonna make the water here is here because it's useful to have and for sifting, but I got a suspicion I need to make this a permanent source block, no, not flowing, and then block that off. I think that's what I'm going to do. But I should have turnips soon, which will be very, very handy. Why don't we have potatoes? Or are potatoes... Actually, do we have potatoes? We don't have potatoes. Huh. It's interesting. Oops. I think I put my bucket outside. Yes, I did. I'm very glad they don't force you to sleep through the night. To be honest, the knowledge that I determined or was given was sufficiently frustrating that I nearly ran Warframe this morning instead and just gave myself a break from this, but I thought, you know what? Nah. Let's get on and fix things. And yes, if I was efficient, I could go and do other things with this, but I'm not efficient and I don't want this to burn. the whole keep having water inside the house thing comes from watching the only vintage story content I've watched, which is, oh grief, what was her name? Geminite. Yeah. Right, so we've got some bread. Some more bread, I should say. Right, let's go fix the water issue. Oops. Oops, hang on a second. Nope, didn't want to do that. Yeah, that's what I want to do. So now I've got solid blocks there, and I can hopefully just fill that in. There we go. Still a bit excessive, but still, in terms of how much I got to, if this was Minecraft and I did this, I wouldn't have, yeah, it wouldn't be a permanent source block like that. Right. One small step for me. Yeah, that can stay. What else can I do? I could take all that out, but this, yeah, this, I don't know. Do shutters count as enclosure? Let's actually have a look. First tools, finding food, combat, shelter. Useful Stone Age are cob, soil, packed dirt, cobblestone from ruins, and logs. Cob? Oh. Oh, I didn't know that. I wouldn't have called soil a good building material, to be honest with you. It collapses. This was supposed to be some sort of ridge post that never quite worked out. I suppose. Actually, do you know what? I don't know. That now I have questions. So if I had a slanted roof here, would that be? Would I be in an enclosed building, or do I have to sort of build in this fashion with solid slabs or half slabs, and then build on top for the aesthetic? And inside it looks like this. I don't know, because I wouldn't mind a slanted block in there instead. You know. Do we have a slanted block I can put in there? You know, it would go upside down, if you know what I mean. Don't have any spare to try, do I? Let's see what happens just for the fun of it if I put this up here like this. Yeah, no, it's not going to. Oh well. I'm learning stuff. I should have entitled this one Grinding, but with extra learning. What am I up to? What time is it? Yeah, I wish they would actually give you some indication of what the internal temperature is. That would have been useful to know. I mean, it's showing me what the outside temperature is, but it's not telling me whether I'm inside or outside. If you're going to give me the outside temperature, wouldn't it make sense to actually give me the inside temperature? You can see this is awfully early to start seeing times of dawn. Right now, outside it's full dark, and it's the same time of year. Although I'm probably further north in reality than I am here, but still. Let's see. Can't be bothered to change that. Can make glass, I think. I think I can make glass. I've got the bloomery outside. I should have to give that a try, see if I can actually make windows. Don't really need a window there, but it would be kind of nice. Even though there isn't much of a view. Oh, so while I'm at it then, what else can I... See, I can already make half slabs up here. I'm not quite sure whether there's any point, to be honest. I just thought I'd come outside. They have the same, some of the similar weird light. Oh, let me guess. Oh no, I can just climb up. I suppose since I'm making shingles, I don't need the thatch, do I really? I can just get rid of that. The thatching material is not as common as plain old wood. I just thought it would be cool to use thatch, and it's probably not. And I must admit, the idea of having thatch right next to your chimney, in principle, doesn't sound like a very good idea, because yeah, how hot would this get? Now, granted, a chimney that's a meter wide probably isn't going to get that hot, but yeah. Oh, that doesn't make it go any faster. That does. Alright, let's just take some of this down. Seeing as I'm rebuilding everything, Yeah, now that's making me uncomfortable. The fact that I had thatch directly on top of an open block like that. Of course, the logical thing to do would be to fill it in, which I think I will do. And to hell with the aesthetics. Let's just make sure I have a box that's not going to let me freeze to death at some point. I know it's too early in the year to worry about freezing to death, but yeah. Yeah, see, I don't know about the corner blocks. Do corner blocks? If this isn't filled in, does that somehow compromise the shelter aspect? Because I just made assumptions up to this point. Should it just be squared off and then sort out the outside afterwards? Yeah, let's just go full Minecraft, and then make the use other materials to hopefully give it a different aesthetic. Yeah. Listen to me talking about aesthetics. It's the most ridiculous concept I've ever heard of. Actually, yeah. So my policy now, until I'm told otherwise, is basically enclose anything you want to call a building, and then if you're going to decorate it, do the outside, rather than yeah, like I've done here. It's a square block, and then I put a roof on top so that it looks kind of better. Now, what do I do with the thatch? I do like the idea of a thatch roof. Seems a little bit pointless now. Go. It's interesting that it's still... This is here probably because that is. So therefore I've still got some cold spots. Which is interesting, actually. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. I'm really just using the thatch now because I've got it rather than for... Do I have to have corner pieces for thatch? Probably do, don't I? What do you want to bet it doesn't do an automatic corner? Nope, it doesn't. Yeah, nope. Okay. And I'm going to guess and say that doesn't fit in there. No, it does not. I'm going to have to fill this in with something so I can put roof pieces in. Shame I can't recycle the roof pieces. And I don't care. that's what I need to do to get that in like that. That's what I'm going to do. I don't think I can recycle these. Hello, Masked Bandit. How are you doing? Well, as I was explaining to Prakash, the information that Tia Eden gave me indicated that this wasn't a proper building, because it was well, because the chimney was made out of walls rather than solid slabs. So yeah, I spent all winter basically in a at least partially unenclosed structure, which was not a nice thing to find out. So I had this more or less elegant, and now it looks like crap, but you can't have everything. Let's see if anything's growing. Please give me turnips. Where's my turnips? Oh, hurry up, turnips. I really need some turnips. No, 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 no. I'll find some way to prettify that up or something silly. Yeah, that looks terrible. But I mean, I could extend that. Never mind. You know, that whole roof beam thing where that sticks out because they use it for lifting stuff into position. I could do that, I suppose, but alright. Let's go and see if we can find anything edible somewhere. Because I am down to... I don't have any vegetables. These are still in the process of growing. And I still don't have excess grain to feed animals. Oh, that's something else I gotta fix. And now that I know a bear can spawn into this region. This I know because it killed me at least once. Saw its fuzzy bottom somewhere in this area and thought it was a pig. Because, let's face it, one large fuzzy bottom in this game looks very much like another. I could use a... I do need some largish animals, not a bear, because I need the fat. Let's see what we got around. At some point I also need salt. But what I also need is... oh, I need all kinds of things. I mean, the silly thing is I could actually just proceed as I have and get through another winter without a problem, because now at least I know how to do that. Let's see whether the chickens have respawned. So my understanding is, yes, in this area somewhere there are blocks assigned to the spawning of chickens. If I knew exactly which block, apparently you can set up an immediate trap for them. Put a cage in and they will basically spawn in the cage, is my understanding, but I think T.A. Arden did say how often they would respawn, how long it took, but I don't remember, and I'd have to go back and check the conversation. I want the seeds. Yeah, forget-me-nots. That's kind of cute. Ah, look! I did see a chicken over here. Yep. So... yeah, I'm not going to go pursuing the chicken, but... yeah. A chicken. I need more than one, and I need a cockerel as well, or rooster if you prefer. I wonder if I can chase this poor thing all the way over towards my house. Go on, go that way. Yeah. You. This way, go, shoot. It would be funny if I ended up... I wonder if it'll stay in the area. I kind of hope so. Come on, keep going. Don't stop. Oh. There you go. Now let's see if we can chase you this way. This isn't just frivolous. Having the chickens nearby would be awfully handy. Okay, alright, you're going to go up there. It would be even better if I could get you trapped in that ditch, but that will do. I have a nearby chicken. Okay, I did not envisage that I would be chasing chickens today. And that's the future home, in theory. Because I go to all that trouble to put a fence in place, and then I don't close it. And I do need to optimize that too. Right, what's next on my agenda? What time of day is it? It is... oh, it's April! It's the 6th of April! We are... I don't know about getting somewhere. Let's finish off our roof. Who remembers how to make the shingles? Yes. And yeah, I'm not sure about the aesthetic when it comes to thatch and wood, but seeing as this is technically my forge. That's the first roof I've actually managed to complete. Well, not complete. In terms of encircling something. I don't really like the look of it, to be honest with you. I want some overhang. Can I put an overhang in? Don't tell me I'm going to have to do that. Actually, let's see whether this works. Not sure. Oh, yep. Because I would just drop into my mine, wouldn't I? I'm not sure about the looks of that, to be honest with you. Oh, it's alright. I've done worse. There's something about an overhang, you know, for this kind of thing. I suppose. Do I have any more oak? Oh, I do. Remember what I was going to do now. Oh, yes, I do. Yeah, I know there's that whole ladder in the way thing going there. I would need a corner piece anyway, so. Yeah. Well, but at least it gives the... Well, I don't know. It's a bit dubious. No. Oh, no, it sort of follows the same line. Don't tell... Yeah, okay. Alright, I can live with that. And I probably ought to just fill that in, because there's nothing there. Or is there? Who cares about what's in the hidden corners like that? I'll worry about that later. Okay. I've done worse constructions in my life. And before you ask when or where, the answer is all the time when I'm playing Minecraft. Yeah, that looks terrible. Minecraft builders are probably despairing. Although, to be honest with you, Minecraft builders do sometimes irritate me. But that's just me. That's a personal issue. Yeah, and dropping off like that does not help, does it? It almost seems to be a requirement for Minecraft YouTubers that they, even when they say, you know, they can't build, they still manage to build better than the average. Oh, come on. Alright, I can take the hints. I'll worry about it later. Well, the good news is I haven't got any grass regrowing underwater. I wonder if that chicken has stayed where it is. Come on, turnips. I do really need you to grow. Let's see. Actually, let's go check on our chicken. Why do I pronounce chicken in that fashion? I have no idea. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting question. If you chase something into a particular area, does it stay there? That wind noise makes it sound like there's a fire crackling in one of my ears. Where did the chicken go? I'm tempted to make clucking noises. My family actually kept chickens when I was a teenager, actually younger than that, pre-teen to early teens, mid-teens. You did get used to making clucking noises of chickens. I think it did actually work. Though they probably had vociferous complaints about my appalling accent. You know what I'm going to try? On the simple grounds that every time I don't try something like this, I turn out to be utterly wrong. What was that? Poultice? Horsetail from reeds. Okay. Ah, it is not just papyrus, it is... I saw it twitch over there. Yes, cattails and horsetails. Ah, I can. Alright, let's try that. I thought it said papyrus. And you have to sometimes be patient and observant because it'll change, and then if you've missed it... Oh, that was a bizarre water mechanic. Did you notice that? I cut down this and the water decided to spread out. Oh, that's not a bizarre water mechanic. I mean, it's sort of Minecraft adjacent, so... And yeah, as everyone knows, the water mechanics in Minecraft are... Well, they have to be odd. I mean, doing realistic water... Yeah, that would be actually surprisingly difficult. Alright, let's see if we can find some horsetails. I know I've seen horsetails around. It was horsetails, wasn't it? Oh, can't spell. Yeah, horsetail poultice. Horsetail. And reeds. Horsetail. Okay. Pretty certain I saw horsetail, but making that look like horsetail was not. See, that's horsetail. And I think they regrow. So I have no idea whether we can really regard today as having made progress. Okay, well that's better, I suppose, there. Yeah, the artificial dam I put in. The ice takes forever to melt. This offends me greatly. The fact that the water's in this fashion. You know, you got a full lake over there and the water's just behaving like in this fashion. I'll have to manually fix that at some point. Just to satisfy my own... I don't know. This is why in Minecraft I normally prefer to build underground, because that way I don't have to fix so much on the surface. So, what was the... Oh, look at that. A horsetail poultice. How do I use it, I wonder? Hey, at least I got it. Alright, I just realised I've been going for an hour and 22 minutes and my bladder is actually starting to complain a bit, so give me a couple of minutes and I shall be back. I shall continue to bemoan my building skills. Right. Here I am again. What was I going to do? There was something I was going to do. Don't remember what now. I wonder if they can make a better bed. Apparently there's a couple of beds which are possible. I can make a wooden bed. Need hay bales. I need planks and I need linen. That I can make. That I can get. That I've got. Too dark. Unless I've got... Do I have brass stored up somewhere? That's thatch. Obviously. It's a soap. One, two, three. Bed. 1, 2, 3, 6 planks and some linen. Yeah, I can do that, I think. And see if I can remember how to make linen. Where's my twine? Ah, twine's downstairs, isn't it? Let's see, what was that? Yep. Hey, progress. Look at me. Hang on a moment. E. Yeah, there we go. 1, 2, 3. One of those. And a wooden bed. Look at that. A proper wooden bed. Unfortunately, I mean a block's in the... Oh, it wants to build it that way. Hey, look at that. Now I've got a proper bed. What do I do with that? Probably, you know, if I'm going exploring, having that around probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Oh, I do have a raft. If I'm going for extended journeys, taking a raft and an oar with me at all times wouldn't be a bad idea. Because that way I wouldn't have to rebuild everything every single time. The reason I've always got rope on me is when I end up back at my spawn island, I can make another raft and an oar. And I'm still carrying a freaking oar with me. I've got spare oars all over the place. Can you stack them? No, of course you can't. That would be asking too much. You can stack all kinds of things, but you can't stack oars. You can stack 1 meter square blocks, but you can't stack an oar. But a proper bed. Well, I may as well celebrate its existence by sleeping in it. I haven't slept in this game in some significant amount of time. First decent night's sleep I've had in a long time, probably. I probably ought to get some more grass just to stock up. Where did I put my grass supplies? Oh, hurry up and grow, you silly... Yes, I got mature turnips. Oh, at last. You've got no idea what a relief that is. Don't have any carrots that are finished, do I? I can make vegetable pies now. And yeah, none of this is going to be ready. But at least I've got... This is not a good way of doing this, by the way. Sooner or later, I'm going to have to sort out my growing system much better, but at least I've got turnips. Because turnip pie and turnip yeah, that really does help. I've just significantly expanded on my food availability. So, yay. All right. Let's oh, the chicken's over there. Is that the chicken or just a chicken? No, that is... No, that's the same chicken. No, it's a different chicken. It's a different chicken. That's a female chicken. I need female chickens. And I need the crops to support them, which I don't think I have yet. But it's good to know they're there. Let's see. Oh, I don't like going through the bush blind like this. Let's see what this area has to offer. I could do with a nice bit of flesh. I don't want to start capturing chickens until I'm more or less assured that I've got the means to keep them, which means I need excess grains of some kind. That's thatch there. Oh, I was going to get grass too, wasn't I? I always found it slightly odd just how much time you spent hip deep in water. Kind of odd that this area's got more ice than the other one. I mean, it's kind of odd that it's got it still in April. But, okay. And I know that I'm actually doing something slightly risky here, because there is that bear present somewhere around here. And as we have learned, the simple presence of a shield and a bronze falx is not sufficient to keep you safe. Apparently you have to be quite adroit. While I am called many things, adroit is not necessarily one of them. Is that the correct word? Parkour adept. I'm gonna have to be spending more time over here at some point, though. Right, so that's thatch at least for a bit more. Maybe I can... Hello, fishy. some point there's going to be a fishing update. Should be the next release, which would be very nice to have. The only downside to that is I have got to do a .NET update. I've got .NET 8 on here, which is the current version. I need .NET 10. In principle, I could actually install .NET 10 and it's backwards compatible, but that's the whole thing about in principle. I must admit, I'm not entirely certain how to do the update. Come on. And the bones, strangely, are useful. Make bone meal. Fish. I have fish. One piece of fish. I just want the seeds. Oh. Those silly voices that the in-game characters have are one reason I'm not playing this in a world with traders in it, because they are irritating the way they sound. For some reason, I've never found the Minecraft villager noises to be particularly irritating. In fact, I think they're kind of nice. You know, it's a sort of generic way of doing it. It's not too bad, but yeah, in this game, profoundly irritating. Onions. Oops. And again, I'm just after the seeds. I know they were still growing, but... some point I've got to do some significant caving to try and find iron ore. Hey Tony, how you doing? And how are your fur babies? Oh, stop complaining. We have turnips. I can actually make you some proper food. Say proper food. For certain values of proper food. Okay, that's irritating. I wish they had the mechanic for Minecraft. You know, you put a bed down and you sleep, and that's your spawn point. That would be reasonable. I'm not sure in this particular version of the game that I can actually change my spawn point. In other versions you can, but it's something to do with trading for cogs, I think. Oh, I'm glad they're okay. How's the game going? Well, as I was explaining at the beginning, apparently, yeah, my building was all wrong. One of my correspondents, and you can see the conversation in the comment section. Yeah, building out of wall pieces like this doesn't properly enclose a building, so I had to redo all the bits that made out of walls. And the other problem was that because the chimney wasn't made out of full blocks, this did not count as an enclosed building through the winter. And I'm guessing that I had water coming in through here didn't either. So I went through winter without a properly enclosed building, which, yeah. But I'm starting to feel better about progress in some respects, in that I do now have turnips. I can make vegetable stews and pies, which makes my life much better. Because oops, I was wrong. So while I have had the food mechanics explained to me, I don't remember them. I do know that, yeah, by having veggies, it did stretch out my food supplies by a significant margin. And I need to put fertilizer down at some point. So as a result, the having turnips grow is a huge relief. I mean, it's April. At least I know that whatever food I've got come next winter, assuming I'm still playing, which seems likely, I've got mature carrots. Ooh. I've got too much stuff. Don't care about that so much. I would literally rather have carrots than the fish. I'm back with the fish. Ah, that is so much better. I think that's more carrots more turnips than I started out the winter with. Gives you some idea. Let's go and find my one poor solitary piece of fish. If I can remember where I put it. And I need to start improving my growing situation now, so I've got to start figuring out ways to optimize. I say optimize. It won't be optimum, but I can change stuff to this, add more growing area in, and get rid of some of the water, which I don't need. Yeah, this is not optimum. That's me being thoughtless and desperately trying to get stuff in the ground to grow before I actually considered what I was doing. But we do have stuff. It's not worth it. It's not really worth eating. So now at least I can make... this is a relief. I can make a bit of better pies, if nothing else. Oh, and I need to... Yeah, I've got too much stuff. Don't tell me I need to make another chest. Probably should. Wow, it goes through that knife pretty quickly. Right, what am I doing? I am... Oh. Gonna need more firewood. excessive, but whatever. Right, let's at least get some wood on the fire. So I will need... Do you know what? I don't know why. Whatever. I'm going to need... Where's my pots? I want a pot. Where did I put my pots? Ah. Need a cooking pot. And I can make a bit of that, which will come in awfully handy. Because I got through winter with a combination of stews, vegetable stews, and vegetable pies, which was nice to have. I can understand about the napping. Despite my best attempts to try and change my sleep cycle, I still need a nap in the afternoon. And I still wake up ridiculously early. Yeah, that's an awful waste of wood. I've got peat, after all. I went to all the effort to dig peat. Oh, excuse me. Right. Let's make some flour, make a couple of pies, make some more bread, and that combination actually does fairly well. And I forget again, T.A. Arden did explain the rules to me, and I forget. What got me into streaming? Retirement, essentially. I did have a YouTube channel called, still around, called Forgotten Aviation. That's what kind of got me into YouTube. The only problem with Forgotten Aviation is it's a huge amount of work and quite stressful, because it was about early aviation and you've got to be absolutely right. But it's actually got something like 2,500 subscribers still. If I'd been able to keep working on it, it would be quite a successful little channel, but it got too much for me, to be honest. And as Dirty Harry famously said, man's got to know his limitations. But a couple of years ago, I decided, I ought to build a computer so that I can have a proper system for playing Minecraft. And then that became a full-blown gaming computer, and I upgraded the graphics card and gave the old one to my son. And at some point, I was thinking, I wonder if I could have another bash at a gaming channel, but doing live streams. And I'll be honest, the reason I thought about that was because I'm told I have a halfway decent voice and people like listening to me. I've been told that when I did my aviation channel. And so I thought, yeah, I can do live streams. So that's how that came about. Pretty much. As it happens, I enjoy it. And I don't think I'm terrible at it. And it's a heck of a lot easier than doing a technical channel. People who do channels like my old one, and can make a success of it, that's a huge amount of work. It's much more work than this. So, yeah, it was simply looking for something to do, essentially. So I think that's kind of explains it. And, I'll be honest, there's the outside possibility that I could supplement my... hang on a second. I won't say income, but yeah, that's for want of a better word. Eventually, just a bit. Eventually. The possibility is still there. Right, thank goodness for that. So. It's going to be too cold. Never mind. Probably still work. I did actually try my hand at a Minecraft channel, which doesn't exist anymore. I wiped it. Um, which did get some positive comments. That wasn't streaming though. That was making videos. I can't remember how many subscribers I had to that. It wasn't a lot. So I had some experience with YouTube, and then yeah, I actually started streaming on Twitch, and then found out I could stream to YouTube, and then found out I could simulcast to both YouTube and Twitch. So that's what I do now. What I didn't realize was that Twitch doesn't necessarily like it if you simulcast. Um, the rules have sort of, I think they've changed over time. I think there used to be a time you could get yourself banned from Twitch if you simulcast to YouTube, um, or had a link to your YouTube channel. I'm not sure what the current rules are right now. I ought to check, but I think you're kind of good with it. But they do have some regulation in that you treat all people in chat the same, regardless of whether they're from YouTube or Twitch. And the thing is, because I'm using Restream, I get to see Twitch and YouTube chat simultaneously. And of course, it means that people in chat can talk to each other across platforms. So it's hard to get much more egalitarian than that. Yes, no, I get much more success on YouTube. I mean, I have 300 and last I checked, I had 371 subscribers on YouTube. In the same time, I've got 116 followers on Twitch. On the other hand, I am technically monetized on Twitch, but I'm not on YouTube. Now, granted, the revenue on Twitch hasn't even hit the limit yet, hasn't hit the $50 payout yet, but if I keep going, things should keep growing. I doubt I'll ever be massively successful, but if it helps supplement my limited income, that will be a nice thing. I mean, I'd be amazed if I ever make a full, make enough, make the equivalent of a living off either one of them. But that's more of a flex and a nice to have than anything else. In some ways, it's more gratifying just to see the subscribership grow or the viewers grow. But I don't think the thing about Twitch is I think I don't know. Either my style is not Twitch style. I do know I have a problem because of the widescreen on Twitch. Twitch does not like the widescreen very much. And even though technically I have affiliate status and it's supposed to offer different resolutions for the viewers, it doesn't always work. In fact, most of the time it doesn't. But I started out with widescreen. It's my main monitor, and so I'm going to stick with it. I will persist. Twitch is a lot, sorry, YouTube is a lot better that way. I think the other problem with me and Twitch is I'm too old. I think Twitch is a younger person's sort of thing, whereas maybe YouTube appeals to a somewhat older demographic. I did actually do some minimal research on demographics for Twitch, and I think it was that, yeah, it's for a younger person's thing. I mean, I suppose I ought to consider Instagram and what's the other one? But they're more for short form. And let's face it, I've been going for 2 hours, 13 minutes, and I'm about to come to an end. And that's about my average, you know. That doesn't exactly fit in with Instagram and TikTok. Yeah, there we go. That's the other one. So I'm not about to. I don't really see how I could make TikTok type shorts or Instagram type shorts. None of my content's really applicable. So. Anyway, the good news is here we are back to our winter feeding habits, which is vegetable pies, vegetable stews, and bread, which got me through winter very handily. So hopefully that will continue through spring and summer. And hopefully I can put enough grain and other supplies together so that I can, in fact, not only keep and breed chickens, but I also want rabbits at some point and that kind of thing. And it's a new day, and I haven't taken a screenshot. I need a screenshot. Yeah, that doesn't look very good from there. I need to fill in that corner. The roof's looking better already. Well, this is going to be a repetition of things I've done before, so just going to have to live with it. You can make traps. In fact, there is a female chicken over there. In fact, you can just see her. And I chased a rooster over this way. And at minimum, I need that chicken and a rooster. And then in principle, if I can keep them fed and enclosed and happy, I can get chickens and eggs and hopefully chicken flesh. And then if I can get rabbits, I can get more meat and fur. And I'm not sure how you go about trapping pigs, but apparently you can do that as well. But yeah, you can make... I've actually got some traps set up. I just need an excess of grain to keep them fed, which I do not currently have. But as soon as I'm comfortable with that, when the berries start kicking in, which they should do soon, yeah, see the berries are starting to kick in. That will expand my food, reduce my reliance on just vegetables and grains, and then we'll be in a better position. So, as I said, I do actually have to get on. Maybe we'll be back. Hang on a second. I will be back in about 2 hours with the long dark, and in the long dark, a significant milestone has been made, which I've never done before. I've made pemmican, the ultimate travel food in the long dark, which is awfully nice to have, even if it does look like something that came out of somebody's backside. It really does not look appetizing. So, thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for the likes. It really does not look fantastic, I can tell you. So I'll be back with the long dark in about 2 hours. In fact, less than 2 hours. Knowing me, I start switching everything on about 1:45 the hour, just in case I get problems. That's the reason, by the way. There's two reasons I start early. The first reason is I get bored waiting. And the second reason is if there is a problem with the stream starting, which can happen and can be very frustrating, I've got sort of time to fix it all. So that's why I typically start early. And in the evenings, I may just start an hour early because, again, it's like, hey, I'm going to do a 3-hour stream. I may as well get on with it now rather than start later and then go on too late in the evening for me, at which point I'll start falling asleep in front of a keyboard. So, yeah, I'll be back then. Actually, I'm not sure what I'm doing in the long dark now. I've gone to all that trouble to make pemmican, and now I've done it. And now there's this big sort of hiatus in my head. It's like, what am I doing next? I'm not entirely sure. I'll grab that as a screenshot as well, actually. And obviously, I'll be back this evening with Warframe. I was trying to take a bit of a hiatus from Warframe and do something else, and then Warframe took off again. So it'll probably be Warframe this evening. I'm grinding for stuff, so and the funny thing is, my main opportunity to play Warframe is the live streams. I don't really have a huge amount of opportunity the rest of the day. Not to sit down and do a long-term private grind, so to speak. Anyway, I am carrying on endlessly. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I will see you all next time. Have a great day.